ladies and gentlemen. I'm Andrew Tolentino, and this is Reed Katsuoka from Baseball Card Exchange, and this is another edition of Ripping Retail Retro, a football edition, that is. And Reed, what do we have here? We've got two rack packs of 1981 Topps football.
Yes.
Is that correct? And I think the name speaks for itself. 1981 Topps football. Who's the big name? Some guy, Joe something or other?
Yeah. Joe Montana?
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's the guy who's in there. It's, other rookie cards look for Art Monk. But these are rack packs. And Reed, tell us about the process in terms of picking up rack packs, what you're looking for there.
Okay, well, rack packs, some people like them because they're not really packed too tightly as opposed to a cello pack. And with rack packs, there are no wax stains or gum stains. So what you're looking for is basically when let's say you find a box, you're obviously looking for star cards. And if in a box you have 72 cards in the front, 72 cards in the back, there's a good chance you're going to see a bunch of stars, maybe some Hall of Famers, maybe even a Montana rookie on top or bottom. That's when you know your box is clean. It hasn't been searched. These cards also follow a pattern. I wasn't aware of it in 1981, but Topps correlation runs true, and there is a way to figure out which packs will have the Montanas and the Monks and whatever. So sometimes it just comes down to buying from a trusted source, somebody who's been able to buy boxes or sealed cases. If you just buy a pack here and there, you're taking your chances that there's going to be all the cards in there. But very few people are aware of what the runs are because you have to have done your research, and even to this day, it's costly.
It's the packaging itself is, I would glean, a little tricky to actually reinsert and recollect cards in there. Are there any instances in which you've seen tampering of the individual rack packs?
Yes, even though the plastic is brittle, that's depends on how it's been exposed to the conditions. But there have been instances where, not just with racks but with cellos as well, where sometimes somebody will put a slit through the plastic, insert a card to be on the top, because it has a greater resale value that way, and then seal it with the types of glues nowadays that are virtually clear and invisible. And if you're a collector, sometimes you see the Montana on the top of the pack. You're like, wow, there's a Montana, and you don't think about how I got there, or you don't even think about if someone's trying to defraud you, or all you see is the Montana, and you kind of get overwhelmed by that.
Right. So
as a dealer, you kind of have to be skeptical and think about the other viewpoint. That's like, well, how do I know that's real?
Right.
It is possible. I mean, a Montana on the top of a pack, it's going to happen, mathematically, once every 180 something racks. So it is possible, but you got to be careful and look to make sure it is actually an authentic pack.
Well, that's definitely good information. With that being said, let's start. Let's tear in, both of us at the same time, if you will. I don't know what the preferred method here is, but I'm just gonna come off at the top.
This pack is older than you are, sir.
Yes, it indeed is. This pack is 3 years older than me. And I'll go ahead and start off with a team that is definitely older than me, the Houston Oilers, and that is Tony Fritsch there, a kicker.
The one thing about 1981 Topps football, and it maybe just come down to the design itself or whatever, or maybe it's just, I just noticed this, is that there are frequently diamond cut cards with this set. And your eyes start to play tricks on you after a while.
Yeah.
It's a little tough to see here.
There you go. Terry Bradshaw.
There you go.
Here's a
Billy White Shoes Johnson.
Here's one of the cool cards in this set here is it's a Cowboys card, so a team themed card, of course. And you can sort of tell this Ron Jaworski super action card. I think that I need to get my eyes checked or something, but you can tell the offset printing going on is kind of cause for a dizzying effect.
Oh yeah, a little out of register there.
Exactly.
Another super action card of a player whose
you
career
go.
should have been a lot longer.
It's Billy Sims.
Oh, I thought it was Barry Sanders.
Leroy Harris. Just the, I mean, despite the printing issues and offset and registration, I just love the way the colors look on these cards in general, and the portraiture is definitely stunning. Ron Yeri, Charlie Hall, linebacker for the Browns.
Some airbrushing job, I believe.
Oh yeah, they didn't have licensing on the logos, so they had to erase everything. That's the Eagles. Can you tell? Looks like the Jets to me.
Here's Archie Manning there.
There you go.
Great looking card. I think that we had mentioned off camera the fact that this particular rack pack was in an interesting shape, and I think it's got some dust on it too. I've got some allergies happening. Does that ever happen to you going into you guys' basements and stuff like that?
Dust and cards go together.
They go,
yeah.
They go hand in hand.
In fact, yesterday I was in a house and I was looking at a collection, and about a half hour in, I started to get a little scratchy in my eyes. My nose started to run. And then I asked them, I was like, "Do you guys have a cat?" And they did. The cat was just in another room.
All over the cards,
And for the next few hours, it was bad.
Yeah.
Now, this pack over here had a Ken Stabler on the back. It was a star.
Did it now.
It did,
We'll go ahead and
sir.
show off the star at first.
Yeah. Roll
There's your Ken
Tide.
Stabler. Absolutely.
I didn't even see you pull the Danny White. That's
Yes.
my favorite player growing
Yes.
up.
There you go.
Yeah, there's Danny White there.
Danny White was very salary cap friendly. You know, they didn't have it back then, but you know, when you can play multiple positions.
Oh yeah.
There's Butch Johnson there. Very good.
It's Archie Griffin,
Oh, that's nice.
only two-time Heisman winner.
He didn't have a lot of NFL cards, does he? Oh,
No, his career wasn't that long.
Here's James Lofton.
there you go. That's a good card.
We've got Jim Haslett there.
Oh boy, look at that.
Some cool stuff we're pulling out of here, definitely.
And just out of trivia, off the top of my head, I think there's a Tony Dungy leaders card. That's one of his only football cards.
Yeah, what's cool about football cards is unlike the other sports, well, hockey too, I guess, but football in general, a lot of the coaches are former players. And so, you know,
So you get
you get a second life to a lot of cards and a
Yeah.
lot of sets.
Exactly. Here's Saints punter kicker Russell Erschleben,
Yeah.
a notorious flop
He's got a
there.
Hulk Hogan mustache going
First round
there.
pick, right?
Yes, first round, and that's why he's such a flop.
Right.
First pick of the I can't remember which draft was it? 1979 draft there.
Sure. And so when I got to this one over here, and I'm looking over here, and I see that, and you know, I'm looking at Redskins, and it's not Art Monk.
Yeah, you kind of.
But
That
this
photo was almost identical.
But this is
Yeah.
how you get the most enjoyment out of here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just savoring every last
Not
little
hard
bit of
work.
it. Here's Jerry Sizemore there, with a sizable mustache.
That's a big one.
So unlike today's sets, where are filled with position players, with skill players.
Skill players, yeah.
You know, you get quite a few players that have
Yeah.
you know, linemen, Jeff Van Note.
On my rack pack, I think I pulled. I don't know. I don't have them sorted out here, but I think I pulled probably about 4 or 5 kicker punter players, which is definitely rare to see.
Roll Tide.
I'm sure a lot of players nowadays are a little upset that some of these sets that were popular maybe even a few years ago, like Upper Deck XL or Tops Total, don't exist anymore because, you know, if I'm a professional athlete, I want a card too.
A price for one of these rack packs on your website on baseballcardexchange.com. How much does that go for?
These usually run like $35 to $40 a pack.
Okay.
You know, there's also wax, cello, and vending versions of this as well. Wax boxes are fairly easy to come by, even though it's been 30 years. Cellos are still out there. Really don't see too much football vending. Those are very tough to come by. I wish we could have got a Montana or a Monk.
Yep.
But it's still a fun pack to open.
Yeah.
All these years.
It absolutely is. I think personally, as Chris and you'd mentioned, just the fact that there's such a variety of players. It's not just skill position players. The variety, the different the variety makes room for different types of photography and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of cool cards from this particular set. So with that being said, this is 1981 Topps Football 2 rack packs thereof, and this has been another edition of Ripping Retail Retro. I'm Andrew, this is Reed, and we'll see you next time.